What's up, YouTube? Did it look like I didn't know you guys were there, even though I'm holding a mic, and clearly I set my camera down before I started filming? Logan here from J5 Studios. Today we are at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and the reason for it is we're going to be checking out some filming locations for an old TV special called Muppets at Walt Disney World. We'll get some history here and there as I talk about the various sites and locations. These are scattered throughout 3 of the parks, also one of the resorts. And yeah, we're going to start here at Hollywood Studios. Let's get to it. Okay, so this shot of them walking into MGM Studios, I'm gonna admit, it has taken me a long time to figure this out. But I wanna say it was over here, somewhere in this area, right here. And this is kind of the angle you're getting. And I will show you guys the still. And I'll put it on the screen as well, but it kind of looks like was in this area. Again, this sign here is turned the wrong way, but I think this is generally where that area is. Now, they don't have the gate with the Mickey ears on it anymore, but it would have been right here. This would have been where the gate was at. And I'm assuming this is where they used to enter. People would have their entrance right here. I'd have to see an old MGM photo to see this, but essentially, yeah, this has got to be it. It's got to be right there, somewhere in this vicinity area. See the billboard in the back, you can see the buildings in the back. Yeah, guys, I'm going to just go ahead and say this right here is the spot of the Muppets entering MGM Studios. Right here. And for the most part, a lot of these scenes up here look almost exactly the same. There's a little things changed here and there, but like right here, you've got Rizzo and the other rat crew right in this area. You kind of can make that out a little bit. If you want to get like a true shot for shot, it actually looks like the sign was maybe facing the wrong way at one point, because it's not facing that way in this picture. See that? But it was definitely right here, right in front of the Super Service area. Which is now, I think, lockers. Pretty sure this is lockers and stroller service, stuff like that. But, I mean, it's right here. It's actually still got this sign in that shot. And that's what I'm saying. It looks like it's like right around this area, but the sign's not facing that way. So it's like the sign has been swayed and moved the other direction. So it should be about right here. Right here, maybe. Somewhere like right here. It's like there. That's as close as I can get it, I think. So, anyways, that's the part with the rats. And then right around here is actually where Gonzo is with his little chicken lady friend right here. You can see in this area, you actually can see the billboard in the back of the shot. I'll put the shot in there so you guys can see it. But yeah, right here, Gonzo chilling, hanging out, doing his thing. It's also right where Professor Honeydew and Beaker are. It's kind of closer up here a little bit, closer to the sign. Actually, you see a little bit of the billboard in the back corner. Wow, that's a hard shot to get. It's like over here, but you can still see the billboard, unless I'm on the opposite side. I think I'm on the right side. Yeah, I think this is it. Crazy. Anyway, so this has 2 shots right here that you can see. And kind of closer up here, this is where Kermit and Robin would have been talking. It would have been right around here in this area. Pretty close. Zoom in a little bit to show you guys if my camera wants to cooperate. It's kind of like right there. There's that. See all my other Muppet screenshots right there. pretty close to how that looked. Kermit and Robin right here. Freaking Jim Henson was down on his freaking arms and knees, mostly just his knees, to get this shot. Think about Jim Henson standing right here performing Kermit. Holy crap, I got goosebumps. All right, we're finally here. We're finally in the lobby. Apparently they're going to be doing some renovating here soon in this lobby. There's a rumor these are going to be going away. Also, this carpet's going to be going away. Right off the monorail station. Right here in the front, this is actually the beginning shot with Michael Eisner, Fozzie Bear, and Fozzie's mom. But this is where they would have been set up. I think they were having tea or something like that. They would have been somewhere in this area here. And the best way to find this is actually this right here. You can see this in the shot. It's kind of to the viewer's right of Michael Eisner. And you can see this railing a little bit too. So, I don't know, something kind of like that. But not probably totally like that, because it's actually a lot closer looking in the shot. It's really hard to line this up. But this is generally where it's at. It's really easy to find. It's right off the monorail. And it's got this little GF here on the floor. Also, these chandeliers show up in the shot as well. But yeah, this was it. Opening shot. Michael Eisner, Fozzie Bear, Fozzie's mom. Right here.
They're here.
All right, and you can tell by this sign we have made it over to Epcot, so we're going to be looking at some more filming locations here. Oh, what is going on there? What is that? Oh, look at that! It's Ryan! Wow!
I'm so pumped. I love the Muppets.
He's a big fan. Look at his Roosevelt and everything. He's ready to rock and roll.
This is my favorite part of the entire special when they come to Epcot, so I cannot wait to try our best.
We're gonna try very hard. So, all right, let's get to it, Ryan. Okay, so over here, kind of close to the Wonders of Life Pavilion, you've got Gonzo and his chicken love interest. Camila.
Camila is her name.
Yeah.
We both.
Wow, we totally knew. We totally knew that 100%. And she is something to him. But basically, this is kind of where it's at, and I'll show this, and then I'll also put a shot in the actual thing. It's pretty close to here. This is as close as we can get, and Ryan's going to kind of show us, you know, where the pathways used to be and such, but you really can't get any closer to the Wonders of Life than this, to a degree. So let's walk over there now.
In front of us sits the old Wonders of Life Pavilion. If you're not familiar with very old Epcot, this was a pavilion sponsored by MetLife, the insurance company MetLife, and they just wanted to take you through the human body, yes, almost every part of the human body. And it was opening very freshly before, I think it opened in 89 or 90, so this was the newest thing that they were featuring during the Muppet special that released in 1990. And of course, Gonzo and his girlfriend Chicken had to go check it out, because what kind of animal is Gonzo?
He's an alien.
He's an alien. Of course, he wants to learn more about the human body. And the Wonders of Life Pavilion today, it's nothing, unfortunately. It is now just flower beds in front. They were going to change it to something else, but it's abandoned at this point, and that's okay. That happens sometimes.
So, for the record, I've actually done a little bit of research on Gonzo, and, you know, they had Muppets in space, and he was an alien, but apparently that is not canon anymore to Muppet lore.
Is he an anteater? Because his nose is so... You know what, like, what?
Well, here's the thing. Jim Henson's not around to tell us.
I'm sure there are other people. Wait, who played?
It's David Grohl's.
Is he
David.
still alive?
Oh yeah, he's still alive. Very active too.
You know, but every other Muppet, you know, Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, they all are attached to animals.
Yeah, yep.
Except for him, Bean Bunny. We all love Bean Bunny.
What's animal?
An animal. I don't know.
Why are you throwing shade at Bean Bunny? He's out here catching strays.
Listen, I was shocked to see he was featured in this special, because I thought he was only like exclusive.
So, another fun fact. Don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but like that was Steve Whitmire that did Bean Bunny.
Okay.
Who ended up taking over for Kermit after Jim Henson left. Jim Henson loved the idea of Bean Bunny and like wanted him to be the big push for a character. That's why he's in Muppet Vision so much too. It was like this whole thing that they were gonna make him like kind of the next like Scooter or Miss Piggy, Gonzo.
Walter from the 2011 Muppets, right?
Yeah, man, he's not even in the second one, is he?
No, he is.
Is
he's
he? Is he in Most Wanted?
He's really he's in a scene or two. Yeah.
Frick. All right. Anyways, there's your Muppets 101. Okay.
Oh look, a disposable cup exhibit. Wow, there's bendy straw. What is the quote? He talks about bendy straws in there.
Something about bendy straws.
Clearly, this is not the original trash can that was featured in the Muppets special, but it's probably the general location, or maybe those over there. I don't know.
Over here at Journey into Imagination, although not riding it today. Over here at Captain Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival. There's a spot over here we're going to show you guys that's also included in the Muppet special. Go up this ramp and we'll show you guys. All right, and over here at the Imagination Pavilion, this is where you see Bean Bunny and Scooter as they're watching the water go back and forth. And Bean Bunny actually has like a paddle where he hits the water with, kind of like this. That's hard to do. That's about as close as I can get. So, but yeah, this is Scooter, Bean Bunny right here. Would have been shot this way. And as Ryan said, this would have been as people were exiting Honey, I Shrunk the Audience back in the day, right there. So, ta-da.
Well, I guess I am standing in for, is he a doctor? Dr. Honeydew? Professor, sorry, yeah. Professor Honeydew, because I am also bald, in this miraculous shot of the backside of Spaceship Earth and the old, what is it called? The Communicore Plaza, or whatever it used to be called, Interventions on our left-hand side. There obviously used to be a light pole somewhere around here. I think we did a really good, honestly, this is the most practical one we set up so far. Yeah. The rest of them are all like, oh, you gotta like crouch and like, because this one, you're just in the wide open, you just gotta squat down and, you know.
This is pretty much it. I'll kind of try to line this up a little bit, but I mean, this is pretty freaking close. You can see a little bit of the edge right there. They would have been right here.
They've redone a bunch of these flower beds and stuff too.
Yeah, they have.
They've completely redone this in whatever 2021. So
this is pretty much it, though. All right, leaving from where we were just at, heading over to the Odyssey, and we're going to head over into the Mexico Pavilion now for the next spot.
And who's the star? Who's the star of the next scene? The Swedish chef. Oh, how does he speak? He speaks Swedish. He's like,
yeah,
that's what he sounds like.
Perfect. I mean, that's spot on. That's absolutely perfect, Ryan. Okay, so right here, Ryan's trying to get the best strategic shot of this. The Swedish chef is actually set up right here selling tacos. Right in this area. Do I need to do a Swedish chef impression?
You have to, yes.
That's it. That's all I got. Those are Frank Oz's hands, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually his legit hands.
His hands don't look like that.
That's his hands.
He's wearing gloves.
No, those are his hands.
Actually?
They use his hands. Now, later on, and when they use Swedish Chef, they actually have the guy using gloves, but for the most part, it's Frank Oz's hands.
Wow.
There you go. Fun fact. Making a loop here around World Showcase. Also, one more thing to add. Kind of in this area, the Electric Mayhem is performing right here as well.
He'll put it on screen right now.
Yep, right here. There he goes. Ta-da. That's it. I mean, right here, they're all over the place. We'll be showing you more as we go around World Showcase. But this is one of their stops.
One of my favorite parts about the 80s and 90s specials that Disney did in the parks that took place specifically at Epcot is that they really wanted to showcase every single country and also mostly every stereotype that would be from the country within the special. So if you watch the old Barbie special that they had here, you can see a bunch of, like, they stop at every single country. If you look at the old opening day specials, they also stop at every single country. Now, with the Muppets one, it's just almost the same thing, just with the Muppets, plus a few extra fancy things like the old omnibuses that are no longer here, or a concert from the Electric Mayhem, which who doesn't want to see that?
Okay, we're fighting the crowds over here at Norway, and this is actually the location for Animal, kind of here in the back area, very close to the Frozen attraction itself. right here you can see kind of the top of the, yeah, thank you, Ryan. The little top right there. So right here, animal would have been, I think he's getting like choked out or something.
He's like held captive for some reason. I don't know what he did.
I don't know. But anyways.
He's just a guy.
This is where it's at. Also unrelated, there's a sword behind that waterfall.
No, there is?
Yeah?
Show me right now.
You
I don't know this.
What?
There it is. How did I not know this?
There's a sword.
Whose sword is it?
I don't know.
Is it? I've never seen Frozen. Is it one of the Frozen characters?
No, it was here. Well, I mean, this is all, they boxed this in, right?
Yeah, at the top, that's where the ride came out of
I don't know whose sword it is. I just knew there was a sword back here.
Okay.
And apparently, I still don't believe him. I don't believe you. You knew it was there.
I did not know that was there. No idea. No idea.
Wow. Look at me showing Ryan crap.
So my main question for you, obviously, this is one of the other filming locations. Was Dr. Teeth originally? Obviously, Dr. Teeth was originally played by Jim Henson. Did Jim Henson die before this was filmed? No, he was still. So this was one of the last projects he did. So Jim Henson was just right here, and he's like,
He sure was.
"That's crazy."
He sure freaking was.
Anyways.
Probably in a chair or something doing this.
This is my favorite Circle Vision film out of anything Disney's ever put out. It's miraculously still intact. Whatever.
I've definitely never seen that.
It's really good. You want to see it today? Do we have 40 minutes to kill?
Is it 40 minutes?
Well, with the load time, yeah.
Holy frick!
We don't have to.
We'll do a rain
We'll
check.
loop back around.
It looks like it's gonna rain. Okay, right here, Germany. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, right here, performing on stage. Now, another thing that's crazy is I'm pretty sure this was filmed during regular park hours. So if you were just a guest hanging out that day, you could have been an extra in a Muppet special.
Have you ever been an audience member in any like production or anything like that?
Slime Time Live in 2000.
What? Have you ever shared that on the channel, or is this the first time?
Nope, that's the first time.
Whoa.
That may not even make the cut.
No, it's made. Come on. Spaghetti. We are currently in Italy. You didn't know I was going to do that? Listen. No. We are currently in Italy, and this is a shot with the band member of the Electric Mayhem. And we found the exact corner. If you are wondering exactly where this is, if you want a good photo spot too, nowadays, if you're just trying to do the gram or whatever, this is the pizza window over here on this side. Like that's all we're on the back side of the main tower from Venice that is currently behind a massive construction scrim tarp kind of thing right now. But this is the exact spot. And there's actually a lot of great filming spots, great photo spots in this area of Italy. And that's pretty much the only thing that this pavilion is good for, because the pizza is not the best, and there's no rides, and the sit-down restaurants are fine, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, now we're heading over kind of around World Showcase still. We are over in the American area, and they don't stop here, which is really ironic because this is one of the only areas you actually get Muppet content at Epcot. Right here, the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. You can go in there. You actually can see Sam the Eagle up there. Isn't that freaking cool? I'd like to have that hanging above the fireplace. That's dope. But yeah, if you go in here, you can order food. They have a great plant-based option. If you're curious,
used to be better.
It did.
Now it's just jackfruit.
Yeah, and it's like jackfruit. You either get it really good or you get it like absolute crap. But at any rate, man, this is it. Regal Eagle Smokehouse.
One of our favorite members of the Electric Mayhem, Janice, we all knew that, was posing right here in front of the beautiful, beautiful Japan Pavilion. If you could tell by this shot, you could see this bush down here. Look down, look at this beautiful bush. That is a great bush, especially coming from, I can't say that joke. Anyways, but yeah, here's this shot in Japan where we're just up these steps once you turn into Japan. It's one of my favorite areas of the park. And I'm sure Jim Henson was like, I got an idea for something, but too bad we never saw it, What could have been?
Morocco Pavilion. here in the busiest area of Morocco. We have another shot here. You can make it out by the big tower up there and across the top here. But this is where one of the Electric Mayhem members is like doing his thing here in World Showcase. I cannot remember his name. We decided his name is Cleveland, but that is not correct. I just want to be clear on that. But anyways, the guy with the dreads, he would have been right here. These are all really fast clips too, by the way. Like, these are super fast clips. They're in and out, just, you know, playing their little song, showing them going around the world, doing a tour. So, pretty cool.
Do you think in the year 2025 or 2026 we could ever see a Disney Parks Muppet special ever again?
The reality is, no.
No. Now, during this musical segment here at Epcot, of course they weren't going to skip France, and of course they would not get any other shot than the most Instagrammable spot in all of World Showcase, which is the main fountain area right in front of the old Impressions de France show. This is pre-Remy, pre-festival of any festival. It's the go-to shot. We had to get it within this Muppet special. 10 out of 10. It's only for like half a second, though.
It's literally for half a second. Right there, you can see the Eiffel Tower, a little bit of the fountain. Pretty much it.
After 3 failed attempts to try to line up the most difficult shot in the entire Muppet special to line up, we finally found the spot, and unfortunately, we've got to break a rule. Don't tell anybody. Psst. Don't tell anyone that we're going down the exit, even though it's right next to the entrance. Here it is. The bridge shot of the old omnibus around World Showcase passing towards France from the UK pavilion area. If you zoom in, you'll be able to see exactly what we are talking about. They have since changed some of the rock, not the rock structure, but the brick that's on either side, but this is the shot. Trust me, we tried all the other shots. It's like, no, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this. Finally found it here in the Morocco boat launch. We're at the Morocco boat launch for the Friendship boats here inside of Epcot's World Showcase. And that's it. We did it. How do you feel? Accomplished?
I feel pretty good. I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset that we had to break the rules.
Don't say
to get here. We have since left the bridge where we were looking really hard, and we are now heading towards Canada for another location. Heading that way. Okay, here in the Canadian Pavilion is one of the other sets of the Electric Mayhem. We saw the one in Mexico, we saw the one in Germany. This is kind of the last little area here that they're at, you know, rocking around the world and doing all that stuff. You can line up with the buildings back here, but this is 100% it. And I think this is the last shot of Epcot. I think this is it. We've covered all the shots of Muppets at Walt Disney World at Epcot. This is so freaking good.
Hold on, before we leave, you know we have one more shot, right?
No?
Yes, we do. It's the kennel, the pet.
Oh!
Care center.
Oh, Rolf! Okay, yeah. Okay, come on. Let's go. Okay, so over here, this is, if you're entering, I don't know east or west, so this is the left side of Epcot. This is the location for the kennel, where Rolf is singing to all the animals and the pets and the dogs and all that. That is where it was at. It looks a little bit different now. Obviously, they've built the wall here. Help me out.
This is the Leave a Memory Wall.
Leave a Memory Wall, that's right. Actually, fun fact, if you look in section 246, row 3, over 5, you'll actually see a picture of me.
That's cool.
So, fun fact.
You were there? Oh, I thought you were doing the
No, I'm in that picture. Yeah, you can find me. No, it's me right there.
Wow.
Totally not lying. But anyways, this right here, kennel, Rolf, and all the dogs. Yeah. Okay, so I look like an absolute psycho trying to get this shot for you guys. But this little staircase right here is actually where the security guard is with the 7 dwarfs, where they're trying to catch Kermit. They're on this stairwell right here. Now, it's kind of hard to line up the shot. You're not able to get over there anymore, I don't believe. Although it looks like that monorail's open, so maybe I can get in that monorail and get a shot real quick. But in case I can't, this is it. That is where that happens. I looked, there's another stairwell as you're getting on the monorail on the other side, but it doesn't line up correctly. It doesn't have the windows or the gutters or anything like that. This is definitely the stairwell for that shot. And this was the stairwell I was just alluding to. As you're getting on the monorail, you'll pass this. That is not the right one. So there's that. Here's the monorail right here. And on the other side down there is actually where that stairwell is. It's kind of inaccessible, but I'm going to try my best to see if I can get somewhat of a lined up shot for you guys. Okay, quickly, the monorail is here. 100%, this is it. It's 100% it. I'm going to get you guys real quick a shot. You can actually see the windows and everything. It would have been right here. There it is. Boom. Take a screenshot, it'll last longer.
I don't see him. He was here a second ago. Rats.
You called?
No! Don't do that! He's gone. Oh no, Robin!
Uncle Kermit!
Okay, took the short commute over here to Magic Kingdom. Actually, it's Ticket and Transport Center right now. But Ryan, this is the most important question of the day. Monorail or ferry boat?
Oh, monorail. I prefer ferry boat, but if I'm filming, I want to get there quicker. I want to get a little taste of AC, as long as the AC's working.
Monorail it is.
Why? Well, we want to do ferry boat?
No, monorail's fine. Ah, yes. Beautiful Magic Kingdom. It's crazy to think that Walt Disney was standing right here. Isn't that just, that's the craziest thing.
It is crazy, yeah. Walt definitely
Walt
stood
Disney
right here.
In 1971. After, or, I mean, before he died.
Right, yeah, he died
in
in
1992.
What? Oh, I thought he died in 2020.
No, you're crazy. 92. So we are looking for one of these shots here involving Fozzie telling some jokes, Statler and Waldorf. We're over here kind of in this area, kind of the Tom Sawyer Island-esque area of Frontierland. And I think we have found the shot right here. So basically, it's right here.
We found it. This was such a journey to get here.
This was probably the easiest one we found today. Pretty easy to match up.
If you do see from this exact clip, there are a few differences in this area of Frontierland. Frontierland has experienced a few changes, including this railing that I am leaning against was not the exact same railing. I believe this was probably done once Splash Mountain opened, say back in 1992. I definitely know that off the top of my head, and I didn't just look that up, or we didn't just look that up on the car ride over here. But it's a fun one. There are a few different Frontierland / Big Thunder Mountain ones that we're headed to next, though.
Okay, so Ryan's freaking tall. We're looking at some of the shots here for the Miss Piggy and I don't know this guy's name. And it was definitely over here in the Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Big Thunder Mountain area.
The problem is that this came out in 1990.
Yep.
And Splash didn't open until 1992. So we're working with what was just a hill or something, like a berm that they filmed it on.
There's a few things we can line up, and now that we're over here, we may be able to make out a few things on this. And one being the little watchtower up there. You can definitely see that here in the picture, but the angle is not totally correct. We're too close at this point. It also looks like it's reversed. So we'd have to be, it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. Just know that this is where Miss Piggy was talking to. Insert puppet name here.
Who is that?
I literally don't know. I know it's the same voice as the porcupine on Emmett Otter's Jug Band.
Of course, I remember that.
Yeah, I just know the voice. It might be Jerry Nelson, but I'm not 100%.
Big Thunder Mountain is currently under construction. It will be for the next year and a half at this point, at least. problem being, we have to get to locations that we cannot get to right now. If you can see over here, their Big Thunder Mountain is closed for refurbishment, and there's a massive construction wall preventing us from getting to the exit of the ride, which is seen in this photo right here. You're gonna put it over this, right? Okay. And that mixed with the fact that we can't really get to the right spot where Big Thunder is for this photo, which we talked about previously walking up, it feels like we aren't really accomplishing the total goal. But we're gonna get as close as possible. There are still a few more around Magic Kingdom that I think we gotta get to yet. Are we headed towards the castle next, do you think?
I think we're gonna head towards the castle. I do want to show something real quick because I'm just apparently obsessed with this little watchtower, and I just want to show you guys yet again the watchtower.
Why are you obsessed with it?
Because it's in the shot.
Oh, it is in the shot, yeah.
And that's really the only establishing thing I can do.
Did you know there's a camera up there? You see the camera up there? There's like a little mini, like, security. It is a watchtower because there's a security camera up there. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I did now. Behind Cinderella Castle, this is probably the most important scene in all of the video for Muppets at Walt Disney World. It involves a very young, small, pretty much a toddler, Raven Simone from
The View. That's all she's known for.
Yeah. I don't think she was in like some Disney Channel show with where she could like see into the what was that called? Wizards of Waverly Place. I think that was it. Wizard, or maybe she had a blonde wig.
Hannah Montana.
I don't know. But anyways, this is where the start of this. We're actually going to show you where the scene took place, where Kermit the Frog and Raven had their duet of Rainbow Connection. Let's head that way. So it happened right here. Raven Simone and Kermit. They were talking, they were doing their thing. Kermit was really upset he couldn't find his friends around the park. Raven comforted him. They did Rainbow Connection right here. There was Jim Henson was right here with little Raven Simone. This is it. This is a very busy area in the park, but it's freaking the spot for sure.
And if you're wondering exactly where we might be for that specific shot, it is just to the left here by us. And if you're facing the front of the castle, it's gonna be on the right-hand side of the castle, right by the wishing well spot. Just, there you go. There it's at. If you're wanting to match this up, if you wanna be exactly like Raven, or, you know, that's so, I tried working it in, I'm sorry. That's so Raven, ha ha ha. I wish there was a better way to admit that we actually know the name of the show.
So you can clearly see in one of the shots where Raven and Kermit are talking, you can definitely see this brickwork here with this fence. 100% right here, Raven Simone, Kermit. And some would say, that's so Raven. It's not gonna work. All right, Ryan, so I think we're gonna head back to Hollywood Studios. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll try to make it there. I don't know if
What do you mean you'll try?
I don't know. I just might get lost.
I'm never going to see him again. Next, we have a scene with Miss Piggy and a Muppet I can't think of off the top of my head. Sorry, dude, I don't know your name. But, yeah, this shot is basically right here. It's right in front of the Indiana Jones Stunt Show Spectacular. It's kind of taking place a little bit right in this area. Right here. You actually can see the full sign in the shot, but I think this overhang is new now, so I don't think it's really gonna line up the same. It's pretty close, pretty close. They have a whole scene in there with all the Muppets. It's very, very funny. And you know, Kermit is Indiana Jones, and it's great. It's a great little thing, special. Yeah, we're not gonna go in there and watch it, but a lot of the scenes were actually taken on the set in there with the theater crew and everything. So it's crazy to think if you were here that day when they were filming this, I don't know how many extras they actually had, but you could have been in that special. It's freaking insane, absolutely insane. Man, Star Tours is a walk-on 5-minute wait right now. Like, this thing seems to always be really low, like a low wait time. It's such a good ride. I don't know why it's always such a slow wait. Like, highly recommend it. You all should be riding Star Tours. Okay, so this next scene kind of hard to line up now because there are trees in the way. We're over here by Star Tours, and here is the AT-AT. And you can see a little bit of the AT-AT in the shot. This is a scene with Charles Grodin, you know, from Beethoven. He's the security guard. And he's lined up somewhere around here. Now, like I said, clearly this ride does not look the same anymore. There's a tree in the way. I'll show you guys a picture. Right there, you can see the AT-AT's knee. And I think it's around this area here is where that would be. Maybe a little closer, maybe over here. Let's walk over here. Yeah, see, but by the time you get over here, I feel like you're too far. You're too far over here. See that? Like that's not it. That's not it. I think this tree in the way is really jacking it up. I think it's about right here. Now that I just looked at it again. But at any rate, right there, security guard and Rizzo. Rizzo's on his shoulder, so shout out to Steve Whitmire and Rizzo. All right, sorry it's really hard to line up. They decided to plant this tree here 30 years later, I guess. Now I think this next shot with Miss Piggy and the Muppet, I don't know the name of, sorry, was somewhere around this area here. And like I said, there's so much foliage plants, that have grown up. It's kind of hard to get this shot exact, but it's got kind of the butt of the AT-AT in it. So that's why I'm thinking it's somewhere around here. You can't really tell, but the AT-AT is right in behind this tree here. The only other thing I can think is maybe it was over in this area, or they took it in the extended queue. And it may have been in the extended queue area, because you can see a little bit of that tree right here in the shot. At any rate, it was very close to here, but not, I can't get it exact. I think honestly, if you get in the extended queue, you would maybe be able to get a better shot. But it's closed today. It is most of the time closed, except for like May the 4th. It's like the only time I've been able to go through there. All right, so the finale of Muppets at Walt Disney World actually took place right here in front of the Chinese Theater. There's a big musical number that they have. And I mean, for the most part, looks pretty much how it should look. And there's actually a shot with Miss Piggy, Kermit, and Fozzie singing. And it would have been somewhere around like this area right here. It actually looks like it was somewhere around this area. And I'll show you this, and I'll show you the actual screenshot from the you know, show itself. But of course, the big sign in the middle now kind of makes it harder to line up. But you can see remnants of the back of it right there behind the sign, the Chinese dragon, which would be all the way down here if that sign wasn't there. And this shot would make a lot more sense then. But I'll show you the scene. You've probably already been seeing the scene. This is where the big number was at the end. And of course, one of my favorite scenes is when you see Kermit actually putting his hands in the cement. And ladies and gentlemen, those are the hands right there. That's the hands. I mean, look at this. There he is. Hopefully you guys can see that. If not, I'll go ahead and just put the shot in there. Right there would have been the shot of Kermit putting his hands in the cement. I just freaking love this. If they ever like get rid of this, or if this thing gets damaged, I'm gonna be so sad. I mean, it's Jim Henson and Jim Henson's hands.
Hey, you know, it's a great end to a terrific day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Miss Piggy? I haven't seen her in the longest time.
I know.
Oh, we left her at the Chinese Theater. She was still standing in the wet cement, signing autographs and posing for pictures.
Oh no! Everybody back to Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Emmy Lou, find us some pickaxes.
Come on, guys, let's go. We'll save you.
Help! Help!
You're back over there, aren't you? Well, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing all of the Muppets at Walt Disney World filming locations. There's two people I want to thank. One being World of Micah. His video from 6 years ago definitely helped me out a ton to get these spots figured out and ad spots to it as well. Definitely check out his video if you haven't. 100% recommend it. Person 2, how about Ryan? Ryan showed up. He freaking helped me do some stuff, do some things. I'm totally not recording this before we actually meet up and film the stuff at Epcot. Absolutely not. You can't tell at all. But Ryan, thank you for all your help. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, all that bull crap. Till next time.